I'm Joe Quinn, and this is the SOT Report. In case you haven't heard, strange sounds from the sky are being heard all over the planet. From sounds similar to ship horns to what can only be described as loud metallic groans, sky trumpets, and even thumping, people all over the world are sitting up and taking notice. But what are we really dealing with here? To date, very little official media attention has been devoted to the phenomenon, and what attention has been given has tended to be dismissive of there being anything interesting going on. Consider this news report and comments by Canadian scientist Professor Jean-Pierre Saint-Marie.
Somehow they're picking up noise from an environmental antenna that happens to be there. That is electromagnetic noise. Nice natural noise, but really actually it's not a noise, it's electromagnetic waves emitted from the aurora above our head or emitted from the radiation belts a bit more to the south.
Normal? Really? And what was that bit about these sounds not really being noise, but instead electromagnetic waves emitted from the aurora or the radiation belt? By that logic, we could say that when you hear someone talking, it's not really noise you're hearing, but the energy produced by the movement of someone's vocal cords that vibrates the air and sends a sound wave towards your ear, which then causes your eardrum to vibrate and send electrical pulses to your brain, which then register them as words. While we agree that these sounds are undoubtedly natural and that they could be electromagnetic in origin, they're hardly normal. I mean, when was the last time people all over the world were hearing trumpets resonating in the sky? Despite the approach taken by this Canadian scientist, we here at SOT.net think that these sounds deserve some serious attention and investigation by appropriate scientific bodies. Until that happens, however, I'd like to throw out a few ideas as to what may be going on. In the news report we just watched, Professor Saint-Marie suggested that people were hearing the noises as a result of an environmental antenna that is picking up radiation of some sort. He suggests this radiation could come from the aurora, which would appear to mean solar radiation, which could indeed be the case. On the other hand, there could well be some other unknown cosmic radiation that has, for some reason, begun passing through the electromagnetic shield produced by our planet, and which then resonates with certain geological structures, perhaps metals or other elements in rocks, and produces these noises. But that still doesn't answer the question of why we would suddenly be able to hear such natural electromagnetic radiation at this time. A possible explanation concerns the idea of pole reversal, that is to say, the fact that the magnetic poles of the Earth have in the past reversed and will do so again. During such reversals, the Earth's magnetic field weakens and leaves us open to cosmic radiation of all sorts that is normally kept at bay.
Scientists now know that the magnetic reversal that is inevitably coming will have serious consequences for our descendants.
There is also the possibility that the Earth's tilt or axial rotation may change slightly. Such a reorientation would have unknown, although probably dramatic effects for life on Earth. For example, some movement of the planet's crust. Scientists have no idea as to what causes the Earth's magnetic field to reverse. All they know is that it has done, will do again, and that we are overdue for the next one.
If things continue like this, then we could experience a magnetic phenomenon the Earth has not seen for 780,000 years. A complete flip of the entire global field.
There's really no question about whether the Earth's magnetic field will reverse again. The question is not if that's going to happen, it's when that's going to happen.
Former NASA scientist and author James McCanney has posited an electric universe theory, according to which any new body that enters the solar system, such as a large comet or even our Sun's theorized companion star, would have an effect on the solar capacitor and the electromagnetic properties of the Earth. McCanney also states that months or years before the actual close pass of a large celestial body, like a large meteor or planet, the effects on Earth caused by electrical discharging would include colourful auroras and trumpet or whistle-like sounds. In addition, he notes that we would experience erratic weather, like snow in the tropics, for example.
The Atacama Desert in South America, a region known for being one of the driest places on the planet. But this is what parts of it look like now.
The earliest example of these sounds that we can find seems to have been uploaded to YouTube in 2009. Interestingly, movie director Kevin Smith's rather violent film Red State was released on September 1st last year, 2 years after the first YouTube Strange Sound clip was uploaded. Smith's movie deals with a doomsday cult and features the following scene. I suppose it's not surprising that among the public responses to these noises, many people are automatically connecting them to the fact that this year is 2012, and suggesting that these noises are in some way evidence of the fulfillment of biblical prophecies, or the so-called end times. After all, biblical prophecies repeatedly reference angels sounding heavenly trumpets that proclaim Judgment Day, which in practical and modern terms seems to suggest major earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tidal waves, virus outbreaks, and general destruction. According to Hebrew literature on the interpretation of the Bible, the trumpet sounding at Mount Sinai had 7 different pitches or notes, and the rabbinical literature speaks of the heavenly music heard at Revelation. For example, it is stated that at the first sound the sky and the earth moved, the seas and the rivers turned to flight, mountains and hills were loosened in their foundations. We could also cite the legend of the fall of Jericho that was later attributed to the marching of the Israelites and the sounding of their trumpets. In Immanuel Velikovsky's book Worlds in Collision, he states, "According to the Hebrew tradition, all the nations heard the roaring of the law-giving. It appears that at Mount Sinai the sound that sounded long rose 10 times. In this roaring the Hebrews heard the Decalogue. The din caused by the groaning earth repeated itself again and again, but not so loud as subterranean strata readjusted themselves after being dislocated." In the Iliad, Homer depicts a similar occurrence in the following words: "The wide earth rang, and round about great heaven pealed as with a trumpet." It seems pointless to attempt to interpret these stories literally, and luckily we don't have to. The fact of the matter is that there is a lot of historical evidence that the earth has passed through cataclysms. The only bone of contention is how often such cataclysms occur and what causes them. Professor Mike Bailey of Queen's University Belfast, for example, makes a strong case that what are called the Dark Ages in Europe was a result of a cometary impact that set most of Western Europe on fire. Many cultures around the world have legends of dragons in the sky that blotted out the sun and caused famine, death, and destruction. In their books Cosmic Serpent and Cosmic Winter, 2 British astronomers, Victor Klube and Bill Napier, make a compelling case for these dragons and also the gods of ancient times being a description of comets and their tails that passed close to and impacted the Earth. Naturally, ancient societies would have a different frame of reference for such events, a frame of reference that might have led to the many meteorite sightings of recent years and the sounds that have been heard around the world for the past 10 months to be described as the trumpets of angels or dragons in the sky. Then again, when we read ancient texts that describe seas and rivers turning to flight and mountains and hills loosened in their foundations, there isn't much room for symbolic reinterpretation. Having said all that, I'd like to now throw the cat among the pigeons, as the saying goes. It is possible that some, or even all, of these strange noise videos are actually fake. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be hard for someone to record some video and then lay some strange sounds over the top. In fact, one YouTube pundit in particular claims to have debunked all of the videos.
So basically we have a hoax being perpetrated all around the world that started off with other people doing a couple of separate hoaxes. One of them based off of Red State, the other one actually based off of War of the Worlds.
Despite making some very good points, there are some serious problems with this guy's analysis. First of all, he only references 3 or 4 videos and ignores the rest. Secondly, He claims that the phenomenon started in August 2011, when in fact there are videos from as far back as 2009.
I'm gonna walk across the street.
And a very impressive one from March 2011 in Florida.
It's getting close. Jesus, Jesus. This is not good, y'all.
If we're going to talk about possible falsification, why not take it one step further and suggest that if some of these videos are being faked, then someone may well be doing it deliberately with the intention of ridiculing a real phenomenon. A phenomenon that may be extremely important in understanding what might be in store in the very near future for our planet and every person on it. Stay tuned for more as this story develops.